Hey, peeps, it's your girl K-Cee Deeva here. Welcome to another edition of Afterthoughts 90 Day Fiance WTF Moments, top
Yes.
WTF Moments with yours truly and Mr.
Anthony.
Anthony
Anthony
Adams.
Adams. Yes, Miss K-Cee Deeva. Good to see you.
Good to see
Ah,
you too, my friend, as well. I see it's a Jersey kind of night.
yeah, it is. I was in my closet and I saw this. I was like, you know what? I have not worn this in a long time. I said, you know what? Let me show some love to what used to be our basketball team before they
I
moved
like it.
away.
I
Yes,
like it. I
yes. And I
like
see
it.
you rocking some Seahawks gear with the
Yes,
matching
you know,
eyeshadow.
it's a thing. Yeah. It's a Seattle
Okay.
kind of day. We
It
rep the
is.
hometown today.
Yeah, we are. We are indeed. I like it. I'm here for it. And you
I
know what
do wish the
else?
Sonics would come back though. I used to work for them. I had
Yeah.
one of the most fun jobs I've ever had.
Oh, I believe it. I think working in any type of media, especially sports, is fun in general. You have a good
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Game nights were especially fun.
Even if you don't like sports and you work for a sports company,
Right.
yeah, you're gonna have fun.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
you're gonna
right.
have fun.
You're
Yeah,
gonna catch it. You're
absolutely.
gonna catch that itis.
Oh
All
yeah.
right. So let's dive on into our show topics. Let's just kick this thing off. 90 Day Fiance, happily ever after, or
Hmm.
not, as I like to add on the end. So let's start with Julia and Brandon.
Oh.
Brandon, who I like to refer to as Farm Boy,
Oh.
and his bride Julia. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, he was trying to be nice. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
he says she misses her friends back home and she doesn't have any friends here. She doesn't know anybody but him and his family.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, hey, I've got
Yeah.
a really good girlfriend, girl that's a friend,
Mm-hmm.
who wait, what's going on with my lighting here? Hold on, let's technical difficulties.
Hey, you
Anthony,
know what?
talk
The
to
show goes on. So
the
Brandon,
show.
no problem. I got you. So Brandon and Jen. So Jen is trying to get a job, and she wants to be a wedding planner. And the
Yes,
lady that she spoke to said, well, you should meet up with more people, hang out with them, get more friends, because
yes,
essentially this job is based on not what you know, but who you know and lip service.
right.
So Brandon was like, well, you know what? I actually have a young lady that I know that I think you would be friends with. I've been friends with her for a long time. I want to introduce you. Jen was not too big on the
She
idea,
wasn't
didn't
feeling
want to
that.
do it. She wasn't feeling it, but
Julia,
she
Julia.
Julia wasn't doing that. Excuse me. Julia was not feeling that. But she decided to be a team player
Mhm.
and she said, okay, I'll go with you to the dinner. They go to this like little bar area where there's beer, and of
No,
course, if
it
I
was
remember,
to a brewery, and
there's a
she
brewery.
looked at
Yeah.
him and says, I don't like beer. Why would you bring me to a brewery?"
Well, when you live in the countryside, breweries are pretty much all you have, I think.
Right,
Breweries and like
right.
steakhouses. Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah, that's all
exactly.
you have. So, the friend shows up with her boyfriend who she's been with for a long time.
Hmm.
And, they meet and it starts off nice. And then from there, it just,
It was phony nice though. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
they're definitely on both sides. There was an
Mm,
air of okay, and I'm sure Brandon kind of warned his friend and said, "Yo, okay,
mm-hmm.
she's real jealous.
Yep.
I don't know what she's gonna say or how
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna act. So just so I feel like the friend probably went in on guard a little bit, like
Yeah.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
they were kind of fake nice initially, and then the friends started like, "Hey, Brandon," exactly what Julia was afraid of, right? Because remember, she
Mm-hmm.
kept saying, I don't want to hear her talk about
Mm-hmm.
this time and that time, and we did this together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care." And that's exactly what she talked about was, "Remember when
Mm-hmm.
I came over and we stayed up late and watched popcorn? I had popcorn and watched this movie and that movie."
Yeah.
And Julia's like, "You been to the farm?"
Well, yeah, well, yeah, and that's the thing too. I think Julia missed the part where she said they had been friends since they were kids, if I remember correctly. I think they've been
Yeah,
friends since
yeah,
they were
yeah.
kids. So obviously, this was a time when they were like middle school, high school, or something like that. But it
Well,
wasn't like it
she
was
didn't
anything
specify,
recent. She
but
didn't
yeah,
fair. She did not.
yeah,
But
she didn't
yeah,
specify.
that was just that's just pouring gasoline on. Yeah, you
Right.
pouring. And then she struck the match. struck the match when she said to him, she said, "How do you know she's not using you just to get a green card?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't." And she said, "I felt like this is rushed." I said, "Oh Lord,
Yeah, she just
oh Lord,
kept going
oh Lord."
deeper and deeper in it.
By then I was doing this. I was like,
Yeah,
no.
I for sure was. I mean, it went honestly. It went exactly how I knew it was going to go. I mean,
Yeah.
and, you know, in all fairness,
Mm-hmm.
I put myself in the shoes position. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, myself in the friend's shoes,
Right.
and um, I would have been the same way. If I had a good friend and all of a sudden he's marrying this girl after like however long, few months or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to be giving her side eye and asking those kind of questions. Like, what is your,
Mm-hmm.
like, why are you, what's the rush to get married? Especially a longtime friend from childhood, like
Yeah.
bond, they're like brother, sister kind of thing,
Yeah.
she knows his family and whatever. I mean, I couldn't blame her for interrogating a little bit. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was childish of Julia to storm off. She should have just sat there and,
Mm-hmm.
okay, fine. She might have been a little irritated or offended, but you know what? Suck it up. Suck it up.
Yeah.
Wake up. Just be like, no, I love him. We're married.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters. And then move on.
Yeah. See, for me, I'm like, okay, to the friend, I get you have your concerns. Everybody's got that friend that has their concerns about you being in a relationship. That's fine. That's a friend's supposed to have concerns. But here's the thing: there's a time and a place to do that. Pull me to the side. Say, hey, you know what? Let's link up for coffee. Call me a couple days later. Hey, let's link up for coffee. I want to talk to you for a second. I want to. And so there's just a time. You don't do it right there. But at the same time, what I got to say to Julia is she's testing you to see how strong you are, how far she can go before she can break you. And
Come on now,
clearly
though.
she
Yeah,
broke you.
do you really think that she gonna call Julia? Hey, Julia, you want to go get some coffee,
No, no,
girl?
no, 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 no. I'm
That
talking
ain't
about
happening.
no. I'm talking about Brandon. She should have called Brandon and been
Oh,
like, "Hey,
I was like,
let's
wait a
link
minute
up. Yeah,
now.
yeah, let's link up and do coffee. And I want to talk to you about the person you're dating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's what I meant. Yeah. So
but
yeah,
then
but
that wouldn't give us anything to talk about. So I'm glad they did it that way.
true. Yes, continuity.
Anyway,
Yes.
all right, I'm already bored of them. Next topic. Let's move on to
Uh-huh.
Angela and Michael. So
Oh
Angela
man.
got
Mm-hmm.
her gastric bypass surgery, and she
Mm-hmm.
also got a breast reduction.
She did.
Now, the surgeon took off 2 pounds, 2 pounds of fat from each breast. That's a lot of breastises, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a lot.
Oh yeah.
And so, he told her friend, he said she's a nice, well, I was confused because at one point he said double D and then he said triple
Mm-hmm.
D and but looking at her and from a woman's perspective, I'm thinking, yes, she's probably about a double D now, which it looks so much better. She doesn't look so just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She had said that she wasn't breathing right, and that's why he's like, we got to do something about this.
Yeah.
So it's definitely for health reasons. But I gotta say, and I actually like Michael, but I was really really annoyed with him because
Mm-hmm.
his action, he's like, they're gone, they're gone. Like that's all he cared about. It's like, how about you ask her how she's feeling? She had not one, two major surgeries.
Yes.
You're
And
supposed to be her husband. That's what you worry about. You don't worry about the fact that, oh, you don't have my big boobies to flop around anymore. You worry about how I'm feeling and if I'm okay.
exactly. And I mean, yeah, look, you can be disappointed about that down the road and everything, but this is, and mind you, like you said, she had two surgeries, and these are, not just like, go in, snip, snip, okay, you're done, go home. Like these are potentially life endangering surgeries. I mean,
The people, Kanye West's mom died from a surgery
exactly.
like that.
Yes,
So
having that many surgeries in one day. Yeah.
exactly. And at
Yeah.
her age. And so I was really put off, but I lost a lot of respect for him. I just felt like, okay, fine. Yeah. Down the road, you want to be like, dang, baby, took off a little too much, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But she just had major, and she even said that really hurt her.
Yeah.
That he was more concerned about, not having the fun bags to play with, um,
Mm-hmm.
Anymore, instead of seeing how she was really doing. Like, that's okay, babe.
Yeah.
You're still beautiful. You're still that's what we women
Exactly.
want to hear. Guys listening out there,
Exactly.
just know that's what we want to hear. We want to know that you care. We want to know that it's not just
Mm-hmm.
all superficial. So
Oh, absolutely.
come on, Michael.
Absolutely.
Come on, Michael. You can do better
Absolutely.
than that.
Okay, am I the only one that missed this part or that noticed this part when Angela said something to the doctor and he's like, "No, I can't be with you because you're my patient," or something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
I was like,
She's been flirting with him from the time he walked in the room, though. Like, you know,
I'm like,
you know.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
But
He's
let
well,
let
because
her
she
be
said
mad at Michael.
well, but she was she was like, okay, if he doesn't want me anymore, will you marry me? And he's like, unfortunately, I can't because you're my patient. I like him. He's very cool.
Yeah.
He plays along, but he keeps it professional, and
Yeah. Yeah.
so
No.
anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm
I'm ready to see
excited
next
for
week with
her. I
them.
think she'll just feel better about herself, all
Yeah.
her insecurities that she had about him being younger, and whatever.
Hmm.
She'll feel better physically because she won't have all that weight. And the thing is, though, I've seen far too many people, especially even on TV, they get these surgeries, these life-threatening surgeries,
Hmm.
and then they gain the weight back. You
Yeah.
Carney Wilson,
Hmm.
the singer, she put hers on TV and did a whole thing, and
Hmm.
showed the surgery and whatever. And like a year
Hmm.
later, I think she was almost twice what she was before. Um,
Yeah.
who's the other one? Oh, Mama June from
Yep.
Honey Boo Boo. Remember that
Yeah.
show?
Yep.
Mama June hot or not, whatever now, and she's put her weight back on. She hasn't put all of it back on, but she's put
Yeah.
so I guess the message is like, you can have that surgery, but it really is a lifestyle change. If you go
Hmm.
back to the same old habits, you're gonna have the same result. So anyway,
Exactly.
all
So
right, next topic.
who we got?
Who's next? Who's next?
Uh,
Um,
are we talking Kalani and her
oh yes,
Kalani's dad and
Asuelo.
Asuelu having a nice little
Yeah,
heart to heart? Well, let's back up because actually it was Kalani and her dad. They went out, they had a little
first.
daddy daughter day,
Mm-hmm.
and Kalani is just so conflicted in her marriage. Like she loves her husband, but at the same time, she's like, I'm thinking she's like, divorce is not off the table for me. And her dad was like, in our culture, divorce is not something that's acceptable. You tough it out to the end. And, and of course, Kalani's dad has also said to Toron Suelu, he's made it clear, look, I got no problem busting you upside your head if you don't start acting up and flying right. And I actually saw something that I never thought I'd really see, but he and Asuelu went out, they played golf, and they had this nice
Okay,
little
slow,
heart
slow,
to heart.
slow, 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 slow. One thing at a time.
Sorry.
Okay, let's address the conversation with Pops and Kalani first,
Okay.
because I like her dad.
Mm-hmm.
I like her dad.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me of my dad when it comes to me and being protective, and
Mm-hmm.
I love that about him. But I completely disagree with him, basically telling her
Mm-hmm.
you should stick it out and work it out because you have two kids. I don't. I know a lot of
Mm-hmm.
couples do that. They're like, oh, okay, I'll stay together for
Mm-hmm.
the kids. But if you're gonna fuss and fight as much as they fuss and fight, that's not good for the kids either to see all that going on. So I
It's
don't believe
not.
in the whole stay, even though you're miserable, staying in a marriage and just sucking it up and dealing with whatever. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? Sometimes it's better for you to split and you'll work out the kid situation and visitation and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
you fussing and fighting every day. And I mean, the woman is miserable.
Yeah.
She's sad all the time. She's miserable. Why
Yeah.
stay in it? Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, then after he talked to her, he took a swallow out. Go ahead. I'll
They
let you
went, yeah, they went golfing and they ended up having a heart to heart. And, because I guess in what I didn't know is in the Samoan culture, divorce is not something that they do. So, and what I think Australia was saying, he's like in Samoa, they don't even have divorce lawyers because it's like that's not something that you do. And the dad was just like, listen, I got your back. Anything you need, I'm here. And they embraced. And it was just like, okay, they're having a hard time. Like he's like letting his guard down around Asuelu and like letting them know, like, listen, I'm here for you. I'm on your guys' side. As many times I've had to check you, I want you to know I'm on your side. I'm rooting for you both. So just know that you both have my support. And I thought that was cool, to see something because it was different. It showed a different side of him and us. Because every time you saw him in Asuelu, it was always him scolding him and being like, you need to straight up and fly right. So it was different, and it was nice to see that. It was definitely nice to see that. Okay, let's move on. Could you give me that look?
I'm just gonna say
The
this.
minute you give me that look, I'm like, move on.
I'm just gonna say this. Yes, I thought it was nice of him to say I support you, whatever. But I gotta say, Pops, like I get it, it's a cultural thing, whatever, but this is 2021, and you no longer have to be stuck in something that you don't want to be in or that's just not working. If you're waking up, if you can't say something without the person freaking out on you, or they have she and Kalani, that's when I had the whole conversation, and he got upset and he storms off like a 5-year-old. After a while that gets old.
Yeah.
And she even said, she's like, I'm tired. I can't be myself.
Yeah.
So excuse me. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see. Do we want to talk about Mike and Natalie getting to Oklahoma? Ooh-wee.
They just bother me now. They
do. They really do.
Every time I see them come on, I get up, I start doing something else. I'll listen, but it's just like I'm just kind of over them. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, they went to visit mom, and I think next week we'll see more of that, more fireworks. But
yes. Ooh, but she cut that tension with a knife.
Oh, right. Natalie was, super nervous, as she should be, because if you remember, for the wedding, Mike's mom asked his neighbor, his friend, to be the one to stand up and say, I object, during the wedding. And the friend was like, no, I don't want no parts of that. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Maybe in a pickup this week, and I'll be more inclined to sit and watch it. But
definitely gonna be interesting. Yeah. And then Yori and Jova, Jovi and Yara.
Yori and Jova.
What's y'all's names again? So
yeah, so she finally agreed to let his mom keep the baby so that they can actually go and do something, be adults for a minute,
Yeah.
But like you mentioned earlier, we were off camera. He's having a hard time with her energy level being low, and and it's like, dude, like that's what happens when a woman has a baby. She's tired.
Yes. I mean,
it's labor. It's called labor. It's called 9 months of carrying this life inside of you, and
it's definitely get out of here, Angelina. Bye. Bye. So anyway, so Yari and Jova, they get, they're at dinner, and he's like, you're so low on energy. It's like, well, like you said, yes, you just had a baby. On top of that, you carried the baby for 9 months. I think she's breast pumping. She's breastfeeding. I'm sure that gets tiring. She's the one with the baby. She's trying to rest with the baby at the same time trying to get other stuff done around the house. And on top of that, she's getting ready. Matter of fact, she actually had it really tough because not long after they had the baby, he had to leave and go to work for 2 months.
And now he's got to leave again.
Exactly.
And sooner than he originally thought. He thought he was going to have a few more weeks with her and the baby, and he broke the news to her that, now I've got to leave earlier, and she is not happy.
I think it's time for him to look for a new job. I
think so too. I think he's going to have to, when you have a family, sometimes you have to make those tough choices, and with them being they're still technically newlyweds, new baby. He needs to be closer to home where he can actually like help her, his mom is there and willing to help, but Yara also she kind of wants to do her own thing too. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be interesting too. You know what?
Mm.
I'm guessing that by the end of the season, she's gonna be going home. I think she's gonna, she's gonna be wanting to go home
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
to see her family and
Mm-hmm.
because she's not happy. She's not happy.
She's not. So do you think it's going to be an indefinite thing, or she's just going to be gone for like 3 weeks or something like
I
that?
mean, I think she'll go, and I think she might try to convince him, like, hey, I want to stay here. Let get him to move there.
Mm,
I don't know.
mm.
I don't know. I just know she's
That's
not happy in New Orleans.
she's not. She's really not. And yeah, they
New
got to find.
Orleans.
They New Orleans, yeah, New
New
Orleans,
Orleans.
yeah, yeah. They got to find. They got to compromise. I do think Jovi needs to find a new job because you being away from your wife and daughter. I mean, the first year of a child's like that is the important. That's the bonding period between you and your child. You got
Mm-hmm.
to be there. You want to be there for those important moments like
Right.
bath time,
Right.
bedtime, and stuff like that. Like, these are important moments,
Right.
and you
Right.
don't want to miss out on those. And so, I mean, yeah,
Exactly.
he probably looks at it like, well, I'll have plenty of those down the line. Everything like, well, no, this is where the bonding starts, buddy. No.
But in fairness to him, while he's been there, he's really been trying to be involved, and
Yes.
she's not let him. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
she's got to also let him do some things too, because he's probably feeling like, well, she doesn't want me to do anything, so I might as well go after work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to help. I want to do. He's really genuinely wanting to be a part of this whole
Mm-hmm.
modern world thing and share the duties. And she's afraid to let him do anything, or he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
hold, and he said they have this conversation. He's like, I don't hold the baby right. I don't feed her right. I don't
Mm-hmm.
change her right. I don't lay her down right. He's like, you nitpick everything I do, and I have to learn, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's, she's
Yeah, being a parent, honestly, I'll say this: it's baptism by fire. Meaning
yeah,
you
yeah,
learn by trial and error.
yeah.
That's how you
Mm-hmm.
get better. You can read all the books you want, be protective as you want, but when it comes to being a parent, it
Yeah,
is baptism by fire.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
agree. All
no.
right. Well, I think that's all the couples.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do a quick honorable mention. If you have Discovery Plus or if you don't,
Yes.
the single life. I
That
want
was
to talk about
interesting.
Miss Brittany, who decided to go back to Houston to get her hair did, her did. And that's why she wasn't at the New York taping of Single Life, and the other cast members, of course, were not happy. They're like, we sacrificed, we left family, we, to come here and whatever. And her one of her boy toys was able to get her on the phone and FaceTime.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
how she joined the show. And it's funny, I was cracking up,
Yeah.
Colt and
Yeah.
everybody, Fernanda was just like, hang up the phone, hang up the phone.
Exactly. They were all like, hang up the phone.
Colt said, hang up the fucking phone. And he's like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with her? I cracked up laughing. I was like, you know what? I can't blame him. Like
Yeah.
she was there. She had her mermaid diva hair and this plunging. So she
Mm-hmm.
just got surgery. She got bigger boobs. You
Ah.
didn't come on now. You noticed. Don't be. You a dude. You don't be acting like you didn't notice
Believe
that.
it or not, I actually didn't. I was just like, well, I literally wanted. I'm like, why? I'm like, wait a minute. I was so thrown off by that whole the hairstylist. They didn't know how to do my hair. I'm like, okay, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure a flight from Houston to New York is at least about 4 hours. So I'm
Right.
pretty sure, unless you got the hair up at 5 in the morning, and then I'm like, no. You booked that flight at 11 o'clock. What happened was this: you probably got to the hotel, knew you didn't want to be on the show. You booked that flight the minute you could, and then as soon as 5 o'clock in the morning hit, you went to the studio. Oh, you don't know how to do my hair? Went straight to the airport. Come on. And then gonna make it seem like I came down to Houston to get my hair done. Was you gonna fly back that day?
Right. And the fact is
The
that it
Concorde
was
does not
shady.
fly no more.
It
You
was
can't get
shady.
there.
It was
Yes.
shady. Period. Because she didn't let them know.
Yeah.
If she wasn't trying to be shady, she would have said,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey guys, I need to get my hair done right. I can't come on the show looking crazy. I mean, now I can, I get it, especially with Black women. Our hair can be a little complicated sometimes.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know who was on set doing hair. Maybe they didn't know how to do, the weave and whatever, okay, I can respect that. But like Molly said, come on now, we're in New York. There is somebody in freaking New York that knows how to do hair. So
Brooklyn,
you know,
Harlem.
yeah, there's plenty of
Come
places. There's
on,
plenty of places.
Queens.
There's
You could have
plenty
took
of
a
places.
taxi. Yeah, exactly.
She wanted to go
Come
home, but
on.
her excuse was, well, I just had surgery, and she had this plummeting neckline to show off her new boobs.
I
And
thought they were always the same because she's always letting them peek out. I'm like, I didn't
yeah,
even. I honestly, I kid you not, Diva. I did not even realize that she had a job done. I'm like,
yeah.
probably because I'm used to the
Somebody
cleavage
said
out all the
it.
time.
Somebody said, I can't remember if it was Terrence, the guy. At some
Yeah.
point during the show, somebody had whispered, like, oh yeah, she got her boobs done. Somebody said, what kind of surgery? She got her boobs done. That's how so when they showed her on the phone, I went, oh, she did.
Okay, now see, this is how naive I am. When she said surgery, I'm thinking it was because of her arm, because remember her arm was
I
in the
thought so
sling.
too.
That's
I
what
thought
I
so
thought.
too.
I'm like, okay, she must have had to
Yeah,
have like arm surgery, and it must have been
yeah,
bothering her. Okay,
yeah.
that
I thought
okay,
so too until,
yeah,
and I can't remember which cast member said it, and they said, oh,
yeah,
she had her breast done, and I
yeah,
was like, oh, I thought it was for the injury she got from the accident she had.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, that's the surgery.
crazy.
Yeah. Anyway,
All I'm gonna say is this: is it me or did it seem weird? Because it almost seemed like Big Ed made Colt look like the good guy that night.
yeah, I don't
He
want to talk about
did. I
him
was like,
because
whoa.
I don't really want to give him air time because
I
I just
know.
kind of
Neither
disgusted
one of
with him.
them.
I
Neither
think,
one of
yeah,
them.
him and his mayonnaise hair. He's too damn old. He needs to
Mm-hmm.
date women his age. I don't like what he did to Liz and stringing her
No.
on and chasing
Mm-hmm.
her and then finally getting her and then dropping her
Mm-hmm.
like hot potato. He's
Mm-hmm.
playing mind games. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
that. I don't. He's playing mind games because she's young, she's
Mm-hmm.
impressionable, and she's clearly kind of broken. She's her last
Yeah.
relationship. She's kind of he disgusts me. He's like a
Yeah.
perverted old dude. Like, go freaking find someone your age. Quit
Mm-hmm.
playing games with these young girls.
Mm-hmm.
But I do agree. I think he made in this case he made Colt look kind of like a saint from what
I'm not
he's.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I watched the second half of the reunion, I was Team Colt when them two got into it. I'm like,
I
I'm Team
was
Colt.
too.
I'm
I
Team
was
Colt
too
on this
Colt,
one.
which I never thought. I
I
never thought of that.
know, I know, and
Never
you know what?
thought of
I
that.
gotta say this too. I loved it when Colt was like, "Mom, I love you, but you do interfere in my life a little too much." And I was like, "Finally, he's
Yeah,
saying something." Yes,
yeah,
I was like, Colt. Yes,
yeah.
yeah. I was like that
Well,
that
but
Drake picture.
I
That
mean, Vanessa, the new wife,
yeah.
shocker, they got married and didn't tell
Mm-hmm.
anybody. Um, she knows how to handle Debbie. She's smart.
Mm-hmm.
She's a lot smarter than Larissa and Jess
Jess,
would rebound. Jess, did you see that dress
Jess,
she
yeah.
had on?
Oh, Jess knew what she was doing.
Let's talk about that dress. Hold on, we gotta talk
Oh,
about that dress. Oh my
mm,
god, I was
mm,
like, she could barely walk in it because
mm.
everything was
One
coming out of it.
sneeze and the whole surprise is out. My goodness. Well, she knew. Well, see. I think what it was is this. See, I think's a thing through. I think she went there to mess with Coach and be like, "Yeah, look what you missed out on and everything. Which look what you messed up, and I'm happy. And I got this new guy here and everything." And Colt's like, "I don't give a damn about you no more. Yeah, look, I had my fun with you. It is what it is. I'm good." Colt was literally trying to downplay everything. He's like, "I'm good. Like, why are y'all here?" I mean,
Right. Well, in fairness to them, and I'm surprised she didn't say it because the show always asked the people back. I would have said the show
yeah,
asked them to come back, but
yeah.
yeah, but she did kind of. Yeah, she kept kind of dragging it on. I'm like, okay, are you
Mm-hmm.
truly over here? But in all fairness to her, I get it. She felt
Hurt.
bamboozled. Vanessa
Yeah.
lied, the mom lied, everybody lied. So
Mm-hmm.
she felt she had to prove, like, but you guys are liars. Me
Mm-hmm.
personally, yeah, you know what? I might not have been showing up as slutty because that dress was just off the chain, but I would have been showing up, popping
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
missed out on this, but let me tell you something. I got
Mm-hmm.
my fine man right here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about you. Oh, you married? Good. I wish you all the best. And I would have been. She kind of kept dragging it on, which makes you think, oh,
Mm-hmm.
she's not really over it.
See, here's my thing. I have to give props for credit where credit's due. Colt is a lot stronger than me, but at the same time, because I'm not a fan of Debbie at all, his mom. But when that dude was cussing at his mom, oh, they would have been dragging me out in cuffs because I would have attacked that dude. You don't disrespect my mom like that. You don't
notice
disrespect my moms like that.
Molly's man Kelly. Kelly was like, this dude's pissing me off talking to her like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and you know, I think it's a cultural thing too, right? Because Kelly's black, and I think I don't think I know black families in particular. We don't play when it comes to mom and pops. You don't disrespect them like that, you know. And and finally Colt said, stop talking about mom and dad. But Kelly was the one that was like, this dude.
Kelly was getting ready to rough that guy up.
Like, why are you like? That's not cool.
Yeah, Kelly was getting ready to rough that guy up.
I mean, Debbie did, she was mouthing off as soon as they came in. They came in kind of chill, and she started, but at the end of the day, you gotta respect your elders. They should just ignore her. I mean, Anyway.
But that was cool though to see cooler heads prevail. So
so that's about it. And I think you're all caught up until at least Sunday.
Yes.
We'll keep you posted on Single Life once that starts up again. And who knows what other new show they'll come out with.
I'm curious. Who do you think is going to be on the next season of Single Life?
Natalie. Mike.
Okay.
I want to say Kalani, but unfortunately, I think that she's going to stick it out with this Yahoo. I hope I see her in there because I think she deserves a lot better.
Yeah. I think if not her, I think maybe her sister might appear on there. They might just be like, we're just going to throw you on there just for the hell of it.
Is she single?
She's single, yeah.
Oh, okay. I never paid attention.
Yeah. So
they might throw her on there.
I think they might throw the sister on there. Yeah. I wonder if they're going to put well, no, because she said she'd never do reality TV again. I was gonna say Ashley from Ashley and Jay. Maybe Jay might pop up on there. Maybe I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know.
Bathroom guy.
I know. I have never understood this whole public bathroom tryst thing. I've never understood the point of that.
I mean, some people find it like you do it in different places. Like it's exciting because you might get caught, and I get that. But I'm such a germaphobe. It's like I'm not trying to be in a nasty public bathroom. Like, we gotta I love being spontaneous and creative, don't get me wrong, but we have to figure it out someplace besides the bathroom. How about that?
All right. Now I gotta go take a shower. I need a shower and a shower and a tetanus shot and another vaccine.
All right. On that note, I am K-Cee Deeva, and this is 90 Day Fiance, WTF moments. We'll be back next week with some more juiciness. And until then.